today I'm going to share with you how I keep my chickens warm and alive in minus 40-degree weather. The other day I was at work and one of my coworkers, she asked me, do you keep chickens, right? And I said yes. And so she told me the story about this client that we have, that he lost 25 chickens. About 2 weeks ago we had a blizzard, and then after that the temperature dropped really bad for like a whole week. So we had a whole week of temperatures on the negative, and it was brutal. So that client lost 25 chickens, and she asked me, how do you do it? So I'm going to explain to you guys how I do it.
Welcome to Simple Paradise Life.
Today the snow is melting. It's already 40 degrees. It's been about some like 3 or 4 days that the weather has been nice, so all the snow is melting everywhere. The first thing that I do is that I cover, like every year I cover all the perimeter of the chicken coop. I like to use white tarp because it keeps the snow out and it lets the light in. As you can see, the snow, it was like all the way up to there, but it's been melting. The snow make like a kind of a barrier and insulate everything. I usually leave a little space, so a little bit of ventilation. Yeah, there's stuff digging in over there. I think it's squirrels, but that's how high the snow would be in our chicken coop if I wouldn't put the second thing that I do is that I prep the chicken coop. I usually clean it all and before winter, and then I spread fresh pine shavings, a lot of it, so they can have a little bit of relief in their feet. It's like if you don't do that, they will not come out. They will just stay on the roosting bars and not coming down over here. The ground is not frozen at all because all the pine shave absorb the water and the moisture inside here. And as you can see, it's very comfy here. It's very comfy here. So inside the chicken coop, it's a mess. It's chickens. So what I do is that I've always put a fresh layer of pine shavings on top of their droppings, so they don't have to step on it all the time. I do have a light here, but this is not a heat lamp. This is a grow light. Actually, I was trying to see if that works with the chickens, just to give them a little bit of time. Over here at 4:30, it's already nighttime. So yeah, I just put it there for 2 more hours, so that gives them until 7, sometimes until 6:30. It depends on how fast the sun comes down, but I have it set a timer here, and that's just it. Always keep food in here. This is more like a supplement food for them, so I give them a lot of food scraps and meat, a lot of meat. I go through my freezer and I go through all the meat that we're not gonna eat, the meat that is really old or have frostbite, and I cook it. Not cook it, but I heat it up a little bit in the stove, because if I don't give it to them hot, the meat freezes like almost instantly. As you can see here, we have 3 cow tongues. I cooked one, makes tacos de lengua, and I gave them to the other 2. And this is a ham bone that had a lot of meat on it. I saved it and I gave it to them too. Also, I have this thing of grain over here, and I mix it with some sunflower seeds. They have a lot of proteins, and I usually just grab 1 scoop because I have a lot of food scraps. I also add about 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I just put some water on it and leave it there until next day, and then I mix it with the food scraps. I keep the water defrost with this water heater. I have to run a cord from my house to here, but I love this one. I have had this for almost 5 years already, and I had to replace this because this kind of break with time. One time, I think last year, I had to take it apart from here because it wasn't working, and I took it apart to see what's wrong, and it was just that it was pretty dirty inside the heater thingy. So I just cleaned it, and it worked again. So this has served me really well, and the chickens have water 24/7. If it's really cold, like all the ice start forming over there, like condensation freeze, and I just put like warm water, and they love it. As you can see, even with all the precautions, I can't protect them all because this is a leghorn, and she have way too big of a, I don't know if that's what you call it, but she got frostbite in her. The other ones, they have a little bit, but not too much. I like those Easter eggers because they don't have such a big on them, and they don't get frostbites at all. The same with that one.